Hey there, Alex here. There might be a bit of background noise in this video, but hey ho, let's keep it natural. This video is for you if you've been curious about or you're seeking non-dual awakening, or if you feel like you've had some kind of awakening experience but you're not sure if it was genuine, or you feel like you might have lost it. In this video, with my words, I'm going to be pointing to awakening, and my pointing is going to be very simple and very direct. So simple and so direct that the mind is likely to resist it. A lot of you will have thoughts in your mind that say, nah, this can't be it, this is too simple. Or, I understand it intellectually, but isn't there something that I need to do? There's these other non-duality teachers that say you have to, but. That's what the mind does, right? Its job is to come in with another but, because that's how it keeps itself going. That's how it keeps itself alive. As long as there's another but, as long as there's something else that you need to do, another thing that you need to understand or get, then the mind still has a job to do. But what if there isn't anything else that you need to do to awaken? What if it's already here? Then the mind doesn't have a job to do anymore, and it ends. But the function of the mind is to carry on and to keep going. And so, it will always come in with something else, some other reason why you aren't awake yet or can't be awake yet. I've got an invitation for you. The invitation is to simply allow that. Allow any thoughts to be there that say anything about how you're not awake yet, or that you had an awakening in the past, but now it's gone and you need to do something to get back there. Or there's something more that you need to understand. Let's remove all of that as an obstacle to awakening. Let's say the mind can do whatever it wants and say whatever it wants about awakening. Even if the mind comes in and says, I'm not awake yet, or it's still trying to understand something, let's remove that as a barrier. The mind can do whatever it wants. It can go on saying, I'm not awake, I don't feel awake, forever. It can go on seeking and trying to understand this forever. But that's no obstacle to being awake. You see, if awakening is awakening to your true nature, or the true nature of reality, then it has to be completely immediate and completely unconditional. There has to be absolutely no barriers, no obstacles or conditions to awakening, apart from the ones created and imagined in your mind. Your mind can go ahead and create all these conditions. It can make awakening conditional on some kind of process or inquiry or meditation or understanding or getting something. But the simple and direct truth is, it has to be completely immediate, because your true nature is already you. And the true nature of reality has to be completely immediate, because the true nature of reality is already true. It's already the case. So there can't be any time barrier between you and awakening to your true nature, because you already are your true nature. So what could you ever do to be who you really are, considering you already are who you really are? The only thing you'd have to do is to stop believing you're something else. But in reality, that's not something that you do. It's something that you stop doing. It's the end of something. It's the end of the belief that you're anything else other than this infinite consciousness. It's the end of the belief that you're anything else other than this which is already appearing. So how to awaken? The truth is, with non-dual awakening, there really is no how. To be honest, most of my video titles about non-duality are a complete lie. They're a hook, or I'm targeting what people search for. But really, there is no how. In fact, it's the only thing in the universe without a how. There's a how to release trauma, a how to have a healthy body and mind, a how to quit your job and go full-time on your passion. There's causes, and then there's effects. But with awakening, it's causeless. It cannot ultimately have a cause, because that would make it conditional on the cause. But it's completely unconditional and completely immediate because you're already it. You already are this awareness as which everything is appearing. The belief that you're just a person, that you're a separate, limited individual, is just that. It's a belief. It's made out of thinking. It's made out of concepts. Before all that thinking and all those ideas and concepts, there is simply this awareness, or what's appearing, and that's what you've been seeking. So, what do you want me to do? Give you more things to do? Give you a meditation with the idea that it's going to result in awakening? Prescribe some kind of practice like self-inquiry, giving you the idea that there's something else you need to do to awaken? In a way, it would be an injustice, right? Because I would be telling you that awakening is conditional, that your true nature is conditional. I would be reinforcing the idea that you're a person who needs to do something in order to awaken. I would be reinforcing the very illusion that you're trying to see beyond. Now, if the illusion hasn't fallen away yet, then you can do those things, and they may appear to lead to awakening. But once you awaken, you realize you never needed them to begin with. Because if awakening is waking up from the illusion of being a limited, separate person and awakening to your true nature, which is this awareness, this appearance that's appearing right now, then what can the person ultimately do to wake up? If the person is the illusion, then what can it do to get rid of itself? What can an illusion do to get rid of itself? It can't. Any attempt to get rid of itself is just the illusion doing more of its thing. The person that you think you are can't see through the illusion because it is the illusion. Awakening doesn't happen to the person. The person never really wakes up. Awakening is the revelation that you're the consciousness that's dreaming this idea of being a person, but you can appear as anything. Notice that the person is secondary. Notice that before all those beliefs, concepts and ideas and the need to understand, there is just this awareness appearing, and this is what you're looking for. You already are this. Other names for it are infinite awareness, infinite consciousness, the self with a capital S, I amness, beingness, presence, what's appearing, or simply what is. It's all pointing to the same thing, which really isn't a thing. It's this appearance, this awareness, which all things appear as. If there is a how to awaken, then it's to simply be knowingly this. And notice that there's nothing that you can do to be knowingly this, because you already are it. Now, a lot of people get hung up on the words around this. So many people in the non-duality scene argue about the words and seem to get very antsy if you say words like knowing or awareness. They say knowing is all part of the dream, or awareness is all part of the dream. Or they say stuff about how your true nature or the real you is just a story. There's no one here. There's just what's appearing. But the great irony is, this is just more ego. This is just more mind activity, more intellectual debating about something that's beyond concepts. If we say, be knowingly this awareness, we're not talking about intellectual or conceptual knowledge. We're talking about experience. If we say awareness, we're not saying there's awareness and awareness of, implying duality. Because if you look closely, everything that appears in awareness is made out of nothing but awareness. If you look at a tree, you can notice that the sensation of the witnessing awareness and the sensation of the tree are the same sensation. There is no distance between awareness and the tree. They are the same phenomena arising as one, non-dual in nature. So all this arguing about words is completely pointless. The mind thinks it's being so clever and thinks other people are so silly because they don't get it, when it thinks it has some kind of more accurate or more true words about what this is. But what it doesn't realize is language is inherently dualistic. It's completely dependent on definitions and distinctions. Non-duality is beyond all of this, and any attempt to describe it is only a pointer, and ultimately will be as infinitely far away from the truth as anything else. Absolutely everything I say here is never the ultimate truth, because the ultimate truth is beyond words. And so it doesn't matter if you say you are awareness, you are everything, everything is the self, or argue what appears to be completely the opposite and say, no, there's no one here and there's just what's appearing. It's all pointing to the same truth. They're all just pointers. Anything you say will always be a duality, because language is fundamentally dualistic. If you say it's simply this, you're implying that. If you say it's simply what's appearing, you're implying disappearing. So ultimately, these word games don't get us anywhere. And whilst we're arguing about the words, the true nature of reality doesn't care. It's sitting here, waiting to be revealed. So to awaken, for a moment, simply drop the belief that you are anything else but this infinite consciousness appearing right now. And see clearly, in this moment right now, that any thoughts or ideas about being a separate person, about being a separate limited individual, are just that, thoughts and ideas. What's primary is this. What's primary is this appearance. The appearance of the person, and any thinking about being just a person is secondary. It's an appearance of this. It's an appearance of this awareness, but awareness is primary. So simply rest as this. For some of you, this might be completely mind-blowing. It might be completely earth-shattering. But for many others, it's almost going to go completely unnoticed. For a moment, I knock down all your questions, all of your buts, all of your trying to understand or trying to get something. And the mind stops and you see simply this. And then 2 seconds later, your mind comes in, but, and starts referencing some kind of awakening experience in the past or something. And your focus is back on the mind again. Because awakening isn't necessarily this crazy, colourful, exotic experience. In fact, to the mind, it can be completely boring and uninteresting. There's the expectation that it's going to be this instant peace and bliss, and the mind is wondering why it still feels disturbed. You take a glimpse, it just being this pure awareness, there's this moment of inner stillness and presence. And because it doesn't feel completely mind-blowing and profound straight away, you're back into the mind looking for something else. But have you ever trusted this for more than a few moments? Have you ever simply rested as this awareness that you are for long enough to know its fruits? How do you know what would happen if you lived as this consciousness, if you've never done it for very long? The peace and bliss of awakening isn't necessarily felt very deeply, instantly. Awakening is immediate, but the full fruits of it come with time. What you can notice immediately is whatever you're feeling, however uncomfortable, there is a peace that's underneath the feeling. You can notice immediately that no thoughts, no feelings, in fact, no experience, however intense or uncomfortable, ever harms this awareness that you are. They can never harm you. Notice that whatever has happened in your life, this awareness that you are remains completely unharmed and undisturbed. Underneath all the thoughts and feelings, there is this ground of beingness that's already, always at peace. And that is profound. As unpopular as me saying this might be, awakening is not going to make all of your uncomfortable feelings and fears and traumas go away instantly, but it is the beginning of truly releasing and dissolving them. In fact, at the beginning, it may mean that you feel your feelings more intensely because for once you're not suppressing them by having all of your focus up in the mind on your thinking. For once, you're truly present with what's here, and so all of it begins to bubble to the surface, ready to be released. As this consciousness, you are already liberated. No experience can touch you, but this revelation takes time to trickle into the body and mind. If you want the full fruits of awakening, you have to trust awareness for long enough. You have to trust yourself for long enough. You have to trust that you are this and live as this and allow any belief that you're anything else to fall away. If the person still appears, you just remember that you're not only the person, you remember that this is a temporary experience. You still play in this world as the person, and to fully embody awakening on the level of the person, you may still do some things. The person energy has momentum. Even after awakening, you still have to go through the process of releasing many years of suppressed emotions, and you still have to go through the process of allowing your thinking and behavior to align to this truth. But at the same time, you know it's all a dream. You know it's a movie of the real you, infinite consciousness. You see, if you realize your infinite consciousness, if you realize your infinite love, then it can take infinite lifetimes to fully embody that as a person. And that's the whole fun of it. That's the whole fun of the game of it. That's the whole game that you as consciousness created. You forgot yourself in order to dream a world to play in. You had to forget yourself. You had to forget your true infinite nature in order to dream yourself as a limited person in a limited world. But now you get to wake back up in your own dream. For one-on-one coaching inquiries, for those who are serious and completely transforming their life, go to speaktoalex.com. Peace.